Imagine that scientists have just found 7 strange stars in the vastness of space. These stars might be hiding a secret alien megastructures built by alien cultures. What if the heat radiation these stars give off isn't just a normal event, but rather a sign that huge Dyson spheres are using the power of whole stars? Could this be the proof we've been looking for that we're not alone in the universe? Or is it something completely out of the blue? This study could not be more impressive. A group of researchers has found 7 strange stars in the vastness of space that they think are huge structures from other planets. In more detail, the celestial bodies are interesting because they give off an unexplainable heat radiation. It's possible that a society far away is collecting its starlight with huge Dyson spheres. This is an amazing idea that if it turns out to be true, we will finally have proof that our alien friends exist, and we will also know that they are much smarter than us when it comes to technology. There are still a lot of questions that haven't been answered, and another study says that we're not dealing with highly developed aliens but with hot dogs from space, and that humanity is actually on the rise. At least that's true for the so-called Kardashev scale, which measures how far along a society is in terms of how much energy it uses. The corresponding scale was created in 1964 by an unknown astronomer named Nikolai Kardashev. It is divided into 3 levels of growth, but we haven't even hit the first one yet. You could even say that a society is only type 1 if it has figured out how to use all the power on its planet. But at least we're going in the right way. It was only 0.58 100 years ago. At this point, humans still have a long way to go before they hit Type 1. However, there may already be civilizations out there that have reached and passed this point and are now making technological marvels that we can only dream of right now. But the most powerful thing that a Type 2 civilization can do is use the power of its mother star. A Type 3 civilization can even use the power of its whole galaxy. But how is that even possible? What kind of magic could an alien race use to turn their home world into a huge power plant? I mean, like with a Dyson sphere. Even though the solar industry is doing better than ever right now, we shouldn't forget that Freeman Dyson was already working on a much bigger version of the idea of turning light energy into electricity as early as 1960. In a paper published in the journal Science, the physicist said that a more advanced alien society would probably take this simple idea to a whole new level by putting photovoltaic panels around their mother star. Dyson didn't really want to make a detailed plan of this huge structure when he made the sphere that bears his name. Instead, he wanted to remind us that when we're looking for signs of extraterrestrial life, we shouldn't just focus on picking up radio signals. We should also look for the infrared radiation that would come from such a structure. The law of conservation of energy says that the tapped starlight must be released back into the universe after being used by a society. The Dyson sphere gets hot when it works because of the starlight, so it also sends out heat radiation that we can sense from Earth. At least that's what the idea is. But even now, more than 60 years after Dyson first told the world about his idea, it hasn't gone any further than being an interesting thought. The only reason for this is that we haven't found any strong proof of infrared signals yet. Or have we? Who knows? Now, a group of experts from around the world has decided that the matching traces have been found for a long time. Experts from Sweden, India, Great Britain, and the USA have been working hard to look through the infrared data from the Gaia DR3, TMAS, and WISE telescopes to find out if there is a revolutionary breakthrough hiding in the existing datasets. It was found that most of the 5 million stars that were looked at in this study project, called HEOS, don't have any unique qualities. However, there are 7 stars in the universe that behave in a very strange way. The study's results were published in the journal Monthly Notices of the Royal Astronomical Society. The authors of the study thought that space was full of both finished and unfinished Dyson spheres that could only partially absorb starlight. This is related to what the paper says this kind of structure would give off waste heat as radiation in the mid-infrared range. Its effective temperature would rely on how far along the extraterrestrial building project was. But it's clear that we can only correctly identify their radiation of desire if we can tell it apart from radiation that comes from natural sources. If not, the claimed Dyson sphere signature could quickly return to normal nebulae, dust disks, or the galaxy that they were following. The international scientists were also aware of this cosmic risk of confusion, which is why they set up a special system ahead of time to find things with an unusually high infrared emission that has no known natural cause. The experts then had to use this broad filter to sort through the 5 million stars. They were shocked to find that only 7 of them had made it through. The bottom line is that the dazzlingly bright secrets also don't fit any normal patterns of explanation. It's true that no troubling signs or factors have been found in their area that would clearly point to a mid-infrared origin, but the stars all look like they are clear mid-infrared radiators of big discoveries and cosmic hot dogs. Is it now clear that we have found 7 stars in the universe that have man-made Dyson spheres because of these bizarre events? Well, the experts weren't so quick to draw conclusions from their results because there weren't enough confirmed finds. It's also possible that the infrared energy seen comes from natural sources that haven't been found before. But at the same time, the experts say that all 7 stars are red dwarfs of the faintest type. This means that they are celestial bodies that almost never have dust or debris rings that give off this kind of infrared radiation. But even if it turns out that the Dyson spheres are just natural events, the experts would still have learned something new about astronomy, because they would have to rethink everything they thought they knew about how dust disks form around red dwarf stars. In fact, it looks like the idea of huge technological buildings is no longer a possibility for at least 3 of the 7 stars. In more specific terms, the follow-up study by another group of researchers found that the infrared radiation was actually caused by hot dogs. This isn't about an alien hot dog stand, it's about a certain kind of galaxy. The word dog refers to a galaxy that is covered by dust, and these unusual groups of galaxies are known for their unique quasars, and to put it another way, active galactic centers. The center black holes give off huge amounts of radiation, which heats the dust and gas structures around them and lets out infrared light that is 1,000 times stronger than the Milky Way's radiation. When the scientists looked at the 7 Dyson sphere candidates again, they saw that 3 of them were very close to these hot dog galaxies. As was already said, the hot dust clouds there are very good at giving off infrared radiation. This means that the radiation that was previously thought to be coming from the stars is actually coming from the hot dogs that are nearby. In the infrared range, these would look almost the same if they were placed behind the Dyson sphere star that goes with them, which is what you would expect from a device like this. But what about the other 4 stars? What if we believe that the 3 stars we see in infrared are really twisted by hot dog galaxies? Actually, it might be the same because experts say that hot dogs also have an effect on the other stars because the different wavelengths of light are similar. But scientists haven't been able to find the guilty galaxies yet, which would make the backgrounds of the strange stars clear for sure. So, what's left to say to wrap things up? Is looking for Dyson sphere signals even a useful thing to do? That's exactly the question. It's hard to find a real way to talk about this subject because we don't even know how likely it is that these structures exist. But it's also clear that many new techniques have been created in the last few decades that could be used to find any fingerprints. The James Webb Telescope's main job is to look for possible biosignatures of simple animals in the atmospheres of planets. However, if a Dyson sphere were found, it would prove that there are life forms out there that are much more advanced than us. In the event that you find the subscribe button, you will never miss another video from us. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe right now to stay active. We'll see you soon from now on.